Hello, everyone. I just want to take this particular article I'm going to read out because I've gotten quite a number of people who have sent this article to me. I've gotten it a lot. Some have sent in, called, spoken, and then there's also another video that I watched, and you could see if you really listen critically to the video and after reading the article, it's literally the same message, sort of like mirrored together. And I'm going to explain. Let me start with the article. It says the biggest risk in Peter Obi's campaign is not external opposition, it is internal comfort. The campaign room is currently too full of believers and too empty of cold blooded tacticians, and that's dangerous. In short, initially I thought, okay, let me read out the whole this thing before I now do my honest. But let me start from somewhere you know and it's the belief that the campaign is too full of believers and there are no tacticians. The biggest tactics and strategy is actually, especially when you're fighting an enemy, right? It's actually the one that looks as if you're actually doing nothing when you're actually doing something. It's been 4 years. 4 years that Mr. Peter Obi, it's almost going to be 4 years that Mr. Peter Obi came out and he said he was going to run for presidency. And he left, the biggest opposition party in Nigeria, PDP. Many people didn't give him a chance. Many people felt that it's impossible. Many people denigrated him. Even the same thing you're beginning to hear again. It's almost as if, people are scared, and I totally understand it. You understand? It takes an almost an insane kind of belief that makes you say, you know what? There's no going out here. This is we get it right, we die here. We're ready, people that are ready to put it in, and sometimes people can't understand because the more rational thing, they say a man is a rational being, right? The more rational thing for human is to, okay, it might not really work. Let's not put ourselves all too out for this and all of that. But if you look at things like innovation and things that have really changed the world, it took people who were crazy, who were like believers, who were not thinking of all the cold facts, but just after thought of, who are not just only focused on the cold facts, but thought of the cold facts and say, look, these facts, can we change them to become another thing that will be the new facts? Because what you have is the old facts. So people are still fixated on that old facts. And so it said that that is too full of believers and too empty of cold-blooded tacticians. Having said that, the next thing that I'm going to say is that the cold-blooded tacticians, do they live in a different Nigeria? Or do they live in Nigeria where you need medical care? You won't say it. I just read another article where someone had an accident and they were carrying that person to hospital. They went to different hospitals. They refused this. They didn't know this person. A good Samaritan provided his vehicle. That hospital that you go to, you not have any treatment. And this guy, they kept going to different hospitals. They refused to treat him. And up until they now had to go to, is it people who are doing this condemn iron? I don't even know. It's just a long story. Imagine hours on hours. Somebody that has leg injury, his legs are this thing. And she said the person was barely breathing. So I'm thinking, these cold tacticians that we have in Nigeria, are they on a different nation? I think one of the things that people don't really understand, that we are fighting for the soul of Nigeria. This is not the time you are sitting on the table and expecting that, oh, they are going to come and call you and pay you. They're going to come and pay you to come and do this thing. It is all of us are victims. So when I say this thing all the time, people think it's a joke. We are all victims. We don't have the luxury of sitting down by the side and saying, oh, then they are sending you. Those people that have sent, I've seen few comments. And I'm like, look at it very well. What they're trying to do is to make you look as if this thing is impossible. They did it before. Was it not made possible? It's strategy that brought up to this day that 4 years, that same person is still on everybody's list. How many people have run for presidency before and they disappeared one way or the other? How many people has it been able to stay on? You see everywhere, it's Peter Obi, 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 Peter Obi. Everybody is talking about. Do you think it's just coincidence? You think it just came out to be just like that? Every hand is needed on deck, yes. But step in, do it. Step in and do it. Don't tell anybody how it is. Because like it is, we that are just believers, We don't have what it takes to be tactical. We can't even think that way. So why don't you do it? So that we see it and say, oh wow, that's the tactics. That's what tacticians do. Since all those ones that have been done are being done out of the way. I'll continue to, as I read this one after the other. And then the next thing here, it said, and this is it, because fans clap, but strategists win wars. Yes, I agree. Fans clap, strategists win war. So, so the war that is in Nigeria, the bad governance, it has not reached the strategist side. And they are waiting to be invited into the same war where we see things have gone so bad that we might wake up one day we don't have a country. Right now, the emotional energy around Obi is being driven by movement loyalists, social media warriors, volunteer evangelists, and praise singers. They are committed, they are loud, they are loyal. But loyalty is not strategy. Passion is not planning. Noise is not machinery. I love the words, you understand? But like I said earlier, tacticians, are they not Nigerians? Are you waiting to be invited? Nature abhors vacuum. That's what we've done all this while. People sit on their sanctimonious throne. They want for them to be called in and say, okay, they are the ones who know how to do it. They don't even know which of the tactics you've done in those places. They will not be able to. So the people who believe are coming in and are going on, and every day they are learning. It might not be the cold, hard, fact-hitting tactics that are taught in universities that people have honed over the years, but it's the one that says, I don't have anything. This is all I have. And if I don't fight for it, I'm going to die. And that's why they've been doing it. And for 4 years, they've been on it. Let's give them a little bit of applause. Let's give them a little bit of well done. The fact that Peter Obi is the person that is being spoken about by everyone, that says a lot more than anything. Can we just do a little bit of this for them and say, wow? And then let's have the tacticians, the strategists, the cold, fact-hitting people come in and continue it. But if you stay behind and be looking and say, oh, those people around him, why don't you look for? It is Nigeria we're fighting for. Everybody that you see around, either the people who are speaking for him, speaking about him, the people, and the good thing about Peter Obi supporters is that they're all over the countries. A lot of them, we don't even know them. But they believe and they support. They're fighting for, they don't see it as they are fighting for Peter Obi or they are helping Peter Obi. They see it as they are fighting, for their lives. They are fighting for a chance to have a decent country. They're fighting for an opportunity for them to be part of a nation that does not kill its own. They're literally fighting for their life. So please, can we have all the strategies also? It's not business as usual, it's business unusual. If you have the strategy that it takes, please don't wait. Don't stay by the side. Don't look and say, oh, this one. Come in, drive those things, put those things around. There is nobody that is around Peter Obi. Everybody is around Peter Obi. Everybody can be around Peter Obi. Bring it to listen. He listens. He will talk. He will take it on. Do whatever. And in our little corner, for me, I'm holding my little corner, the little corner that is noise making, the little corner that is video, wake up in the morning and do video, the little corner that is on the street, use your energy, the little corner that there are meetings you're holding online for 8 hours, 9 hours, for which you're not being paid a dime and you're using your resources, the little corner from the resources you have, you're using them, the little corner of you're solving fires all over the country. You're getting calls and calls and calls. You're even saying someone, help me answer my WhatsApp. And the person is going gaga, just looking at the messages coming. You see that little corner where literally all over the country, you're being called to solve issues from here. Party issues, movement issues, just like that issue. Power tussle issues and all of that. And sometimes you're wondering, you're only one person. Are you more than one? That little corner where you're even having to look at someone and say, I'm all alone. And saying to someone, do you want me to die? Just less than an hour ago, I had to someone, you people want me to die? Should I just die? Probably if I just die, Nigeria will be better. You understand? Because how is all of this just on that one person? I might not say it, but there's a lot that people are going. So sometimes those believers, maybe just give them a little of this and then come in and do your own, so that all of us in our little corners, while we're doing it, we're moving that whole nation. And I want people, and I think that was why I did a video. Was it yesterday? I woke up very emotional. I did a video and I said, look, people are just sitting down waiting and thinking that, oh, I'm doing somebody a favor. No, but you are not doing Peter or B a favor. We're all doing ourselves a favor to be out there and get things working. That's what we need to do. So everybody's expertise is needed. All of these things, who are those people who can do it? Can you please come in and get it? So, and then the next is a fan sees a candidate and protects his image. A strategy sees a battlefield and protects the mission. Fantastic. You see the mission, where are the strategies? Please, like I said earlier, please come in. But you see that battlefield, these believers, they've not seen anyone. And so instead of going away and leaving the person they believe in, their principle, all alone at the mercy of strategies, where some will come and tell you that, I remember last election, somebody was asking for how many billion. I had a meeting with that person. I heard how many billions he was asking for. I like, only you, they pay you billions. No be small. Hey, I'm just remembering now the different kind of this thing where you see amazing strategies, but they will come with their these big bills. That, do we really want a nation that works, or do we want to be part of those who are part of the people who are destroying the nation? That's the question, we all need to ask. No doubt about it. People need to be paid their monies and everything. And of course, payments are being made. But at this time in our country, like I said earlier, is that fight on. So that battlefield, the strategist is saying the battlefield and waiting to enter. But so the believers, they're already in that battle. They are the ones in the battle that are being bashed every day, left, right, and center. And they are going on despite the fact that they can't see a clear way. But they are putting their blood, their sweat, their body, their soul, everything into it to clear that way and make the way a little at a time, right? A little at a time. Remember what I said. The best strategy is the one that looks as if there's no strategy. Well, indeed, there is something, going on. And Nigeria's politics is not a popularity contest. It is asymmetric warfare. It is alliances, betrayals, inducements, intimidation, structures, counter, and contingency. You don't walk into that terrain surrounded only by people who love you. We walk in with people who can see what you refuse to see. Here is the blind. Okay, so so let me stop at that. You're working with people who see what you refuse to see, and those people. Hey, usually in a lot of countries, it's not the way it is now. I saw someone the other day who brought out 2020, how the cost of things in 2020. He had a receipt and he bought the same exact replica of those things. And it was about, I think, 147,000. That's it. Everybody is literally feeling it. And the poor, the rich are also crying about food. That tells you how bad it is. So there's a whole lot of things. We are at that place where French were at before they decided that enough is it, enough. When they were being told if there's no bread, let them eat cakes. And so that says a lot. So that on its own tells you that everybody, if you really want it, be here, but just don't be by the side and just say, oh, this and that and everything. But remember, the real strategy is the one that looks as if there's no strategy, right? Just keep that in mind. He said, here is a blind spot nobody wants to confront. The movement that lifted Obi has matured into an echo chamber. And echo chambers are where blind spots go to grow. Inside that space, bad ideas are applauded, weak tactics are defended, warning signals are dismissed as hate, critical feedback is labeled as enemy propaganda. That environment is emotionally safe and strategically suicidal. At this stage, you understand, every idea is welcome. Let people do it. You see, that's the difference. It's one thing to write books about it. It's one thing to talk about it. It's also another thing to actually be on the street, be in there and do it. At this moment, everybody is one thing. This is not about movement. This is about Nigerians fighting for their lives. We all are fighting for our life. I don't know about, maybe I'm the only one who feels that I'm fighting for my life here. And all I'm doing is that I see someone who has empathy, who can put Nigeria on a setting. And I'm going to fight all the fight I can and bring it in. I'll bring the little things that I can do. And I do hope also that other Nigerians will bring in those things. For the tacticians, the strategists, all of them, please, please, please come in. Do your bit. Put it in. This is national assignment. At this moment, it's not the time that we say, oh, I'm not a politician. I'm not going to be there. What do you think? What do you think it is? Bring it on. It said, because in campaigns of this size, fans ask, how do we trend today? Strategists ask, who controls world level delegates in Kano? And you think after 4 years, those are not being said. But anyway, let me not say too much. Like I said earlier, the best strategy is the one that you're seeing as if you're doing nothing, you know nothing, and then you just, sometimes it does work. But yeah, so if these are questions, these are very important questions. So for those who are good at asking these important questions, please, where are you? Come in. We're fighting for our lives. We're fighting for Nigeria. We're being choked, we're being killed every day. We're all victims. I know a lot of us think that it can never happen to us. Oh, I've jackpot. I've left that country. The day you come to Nigeria, Nigeria will have a way of dealing with you. Every one of us, we're all victims waiting to happen. We are all victims. And do you think, if it's bad like this, imagine what it is if you reward bad behavior. So please, let everybody, come in. Let everybody do in that. For me, that's what I'm saying. Please don't stay outside. The movement doesn't own anyone. It's Nigerians that own this thing. The movement are doing their own. So we have the movement of believers, of fans, of loyalists. Can we also have, I don't want to call it a movement, maybe a congress of strategists, tacticians, professionals, let them also be there. While the movement are doing their bit and all over the place, the strategists, the tacticians, the professionals, they know what they're doing, and then they come together and they're just moving on go. At the end of the day, because the goal is the same, we all meet at the same place. So please let the tacticians lead on. Let them take on this, because this is about Nigeria. This is not about, oh, let's stay here. All of the tacticians, because the movement never waited for anyone. See, that's the thing. Those in the movement never waited for anyone to put them together. Peter Obi does not know. In short, the movement started before Peter Obi. You understand? Peter Obi does not know where the movement bettered itself from. He does not know. It was people who came together and they decided they wanted to do this. And so if they can do it, the more intelligent ones, the professionals, the strategists, the tacticians, they also can come together and do something. So form a congress, form an organization, because you're more organized. So you're not a movement. Form an organization, form a congress, and come from that push, so that you see this cold-hearted facts being churned out, things be happening, and then these ones are doing the other this thing. There would be that balance that at the end of the day, takes us to where. And so fans ask, how do we inspire hope? Strategists ask, who is protecting ballot logistics in Rivers State? So that's it. They ask those questions, fix all the things. When you've done that, then the movement can, come in. Because for me, the thing I'm asking here is, where are you? Let's all do this together, band together. Because one of the things that needs to happen, can they just work on coming together? Tacticians, calling each other together. That's a very major thing. And then that's it. We get it. So we now have two-pronged approach on this whole thing. Fans ask, how do we go viral? Strategists ask, which governors are being quietly bought over? There are many of them that maybe you might not even know. But like I said, let me just leave that one. The first one is the one that looks as if you're not actually doing anything. The fact that governors need to be bought out should tell you something. And I want people to take this. It should tell you a whole lot, that they're losing the grip. And so they need an illusion to look that way. If they had everything in their palm, like some intellectuals want us to believe, I kid you not, they wouldn't bother about going after all of this. And while I said this is the difference between theater and conquest. You see, theater, people are coming out to act. For those who are going to do the conquest, can they also come out to act, be together and do it? And while the movement is busy performing energy online, opponents are collapsing entire states in real life. You see, this is a fallacy that some people want you to believe. All the things happening on offline, they refuse to see it. They only sit down and see online. I remember elections are not won online. Elections are not won online. It is the human beings that are online that are also offline. You understand? I don't think it's not AI that are occupying our online. Every one of us that you have a Twitter page or whatever, you also have a home where you are. So that energy, and there are people who have capacity to deploy online and also deploy, offline. They all go in hand in hand. And I imagine, for example, the mayor of New York, if he had listened to people who told him that, oh, these things, it's not done online, that it is why this movement is busy performing energy online, others are building offline. If he had listened to them, he won't be the mayor of New York that he is today. So there's a whole lot on that online. Obama has shown it. Online is not something that you just disregard. I remember when people were saying, oh, Obi will not get 100,000 votes. Read Tacticians, Strategists did a whole lot of write-up of how he will not be able to get it. But believers didn't believe them. They believed in what they could see and they went on to fight it. When you have people who are ready to fight for their lives, like fight for their lives, use their whatever in doing everything legally, of course, it's a whole lot of difference. The data doesn't lie. Your outrage will not fry akara. Absolutely. It's not going to fry akara. And that's why people will put in the work and also do it. But no matter how much strategy we have, if you don't put it to use, it's not also going to work. So we need a situation whereby those strategies should leave the head, should leave the paper, and come in real time and actually begin to put in the work. Right now, roughly 30 states are APC aligned through governors, political structures, patronage, network, or federal leverage. That means existing machinery, established ward system, electoral group, ground troops, security influence, resource pipelines, institutional familiarity with the terrain. This is not structure. This is not rumor. This is structure. And he said, this is what Obi is up against. If you want lullaby, call your mother. Absolutely. That's what Obi is up against. But guess what? There are so many other people. What the writer didn't put here is that there are so many people who have never been part of politics, who are now into politics. People from different walk of life, different profession, different this thing. People who are telling you we are sick and tired, we're doing this. A whole lot. That is the counter. You understand? That is the counter. People who ordinarily would not are saying, you know what? We're doing this. We'll put our all into this. So that is it. And this whole thing, at the end of the day, you see this kind of article, I think I will explain that when I finish this article and we watch the video. This video is going to be extremely long. I was counting the time and thinking, okay, let me. So at this time, I'm no longer counting. I know it's going to be long, so we're going to put this, towards the end, because I see a lot of people who have read this article and felt how it is. But let me say something. I won't even wait till the end of this thing. This article reminds me of a roommate I once had in the university, and this roommate was very loving. We do things for you, we want to help you do things and whatever, but in a very controlling manner. So in all while she's owning you, she can be very decent, but she uses like love to control, to be dictatorial. And I saw right through it from the first time. I was like, nah, I know I might not have much. I really didn't have a lot. I needed so many things, but I refused to allow myself to be controlled in this thing. Reading this article, it just reminded me of her because it's being quoted in a way that, oh, I care about you, I care about the fact that you don't have strategies, I care about the fact that you need people, I care about this thing. But in essence, what it's doing is telling you that you can't do this thing, so give up. Have you ever seen that mind engineering? You understand reverse psychology? That your minds are being controlled here. And I've seen a few other this thing, like a video I'm going to show to, which alludes to it. It's almost as if there's an orchestrated this thing coming together, and it's making it look like, oh, we love Peter Obi, we care about him, but we have to say these are very concerned people. No, it's not concerned. It's trying to tell you that you have nowhere. We saw it in 2022. It didn't work. And I'm going to tell you by the grace of God, it's not going to work again. This whole, then telling you that this person is so powerful. Imagine David had believed that Goliath was so powerful that there was nothing anybody could do about him. He didn't believe. Even when all the strategists told him it was impossible, he went on. Like Nelson Mandela said, it's impossible until it is done. And then the same strategist who said that Peter Obi will never get 100,000 votes never came out to say at least he got 6 million that was officially given to him, and he actually did win the election, right? Some people might say, but 6 million votes, right? So he won 12 states like every other. And some of you know the confession that you've heard right now, where they are coming out to say, oh, we know what we did for you. Peter Obi actually won this state, but you know what we did for you. So in at the end of the day, sometimes you got to believe and say, no, I'm going all the way in. So what I see here to an extent is all of this. All of these things that you're talking about, let me tell you, it's also about people. You've not spoken about the suffering that the people have gone through. I know people assume that everybody can be bought just like that. Not everybody can be bought. If votes don't matter, politicians will buy votes. And if everybody can be bought, the numbers at the polling units would have been very, very high. The people who can be bought, when they don't see anybody that looks as if it's going to mean anything, they usually don't vote. They usually don't bother to go to the polling unit. And I can tell you, I've seen this kind of thing in 2015. In 2015, many people never believed that Jonathan could be removed, but Nigerians did it. And as much as I know people allude to the fact that, oh, it is US, it's Obama, Nigerians fought for it. It's because usually we refuse to accept that fact. That's why people just feel themselves, sort of like defeated. Once upon a time in this country, PDP owned a lot of the governors and all of that. It didn't mean that they were not defeated. And so here we have people who are working. They might not be seasoned politicians. They might not be strategists. And the thing about not being a strategist sometimes, and that's why for me personally, I loved to get ideas from little children. In my business, when I was into my business, my children were number one people I just meet, and I run idea by them. I'm like, okay, we're having this. What do you think? And because they are not held back by all of the things that can fail and this thing, they explore. They use, innovative means. They can go this, and they tell you so many things. And I learned that a lot of ideas that I use in my business, I got it from my children. So that is it. So sometimes you're holding yourself back, thinking, it cannot be. Sometimes it's that leap of faith that actually, gets you there. APC in 2027 is not just a party running against opposition. It is a lattice of state power, local government control, traditional influence, and financial networks. They are not campaigning only with billboards and hashtags. They are locking down voting ecosystems. They are negotiating local elites. They are absorbing opposition figures. They are neutralizing hostile zones quietly. So you see this part? That's all this messages in this marketing for APC. This making APC looks like one invincible. I think that's what I'm looking for. That's somebody that cannot be destroyed, cannot be taken out, cannot be defeated, undefeated. It's a lie. It's a fallacy. If there's anything you've taken out of this long video, and I hope you did watch it to this part, this is a big fat lie. Because there are people who are tired, people who are saying enough, and they're coming together, people who are going on to say, how do we do this thing? You've seen, and it is the same mind that usually will write this write-up. You see also a group of people that tell you that, oh, why are you negotiating? Why are you joining with people who are criminals? The structure of criminality, Obi has joined them. First of all, they say Obi was not going to be part of the coalition. He was. Oh, he's not going to be part of ADC. He entered. All of this is, yet they keep coming with different this. Did you think it was just in the ecosystem that all of this thing came to work? There were no strategies involved. There were no things being done. Oh, he needs to just keep clean and be in one place. He's working with everyone. I think I did a video where I said it's about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you have to work with everyone. But yet, we are not strategists. We are just believers who are jumping up and down and shouting and doing nothing other than shouting online. But hey, a lot of people spend more time online than they spend being present in their offline business. So we got to use online to be able to reach them. I can tell you this video, if I would say I'm going to gather people to speak to them, how many am I going to be able to gather and talk to them? But online, some people will carry it on and be able to put it, out there. So when I will tell you something. If you're in terms of spending, APC has everything to outspend Mr. Peter Obi and all of that, but they don't have what it takes to outpassion him, and that's where it comes in. People who are taking it as personal. People have taken Peter Obi's project as their own personal project, and they're moving it. Some of them have never seen him, may never see him on this earth, but they've taken him over. This is what their goal is all about. This is what their mission is all about. Unlike the other one where somebody has to be paid, to be paid, to be paid, to be paid, to be paid for something to happen. So that's also the difference. So that passion also works in a lot of ways. That is the reality. You need to shape your battle stance. Like I said earlier, not your. Why don't we remove the why in your and make it our? And if you don't, and for those who are not part of it, why then do you care? For those who are opposition, not opposition now, who call themselves the ruling party, they're supposed to be opposition anyway. So in my mind, I was referring to them as opposition. Those who are in the ruling party, or supporters of the ruling party. There are some who come out outright supporter, and then some who are neither here, but where they are leaning. See, some people just want to be on the party. Oh, I told you so. No, we don't want to know I told you so. We don't want to do, I'm the right thing. We just want to get the right thing be done. Not that we are right in whatever it is that we're thinking. So we're putting in the work also. And so they sit down and they look at you and tell you that, how are you, this? If actually Peter Obi was not a threat, wallahi, nobody will be talking about him. The candidates who are not threats, they are in the race, nobody is talking about them. Even the ones that they put out big and say, this is nobody's talking about. But guess who is that one person? Dear Nigerians, I want you to listen to this. Who is that one person that they're talking about? Those are facts, don't lie. They actually truly and absolutely, do not lie about it. Why one side is chanting about feelings and one wrote about Obi, the other side is counting and collapsing structures. Fine and good. And they are collapsing structure. But all you see is the fact that they are not, the other ones are not collapsing structure. Let me tell you something. The biggest problem that is going to come out of APC, it's already brewing, because when you saw what is happening in Rivers State, other states are also brewing, and it's going to be head on. As we go on, there are governors who are coming in believing that they are going to be unopposed. Nobody is going to drag them or do anything with them. But then again, there are people who are there who had wanted to run for these offices. So there's going to be a fight, whether it is at the different level, elective office. There are gladiators who wanted to run for it. Are you going to tell them not to run because of this? That's where the structure is so, and the beautiful thing is about, it's so amazing how APC and all of those people have put themselves in one place. So it's already tilted. It's already so down that it takes a little bit for them to just flip over. And that's a beautiful thing. You now know who it is that you're fighting, who it is that you're up against, and you're going, against them. And he said, and this is why Obi needs strategists and tacticians, not just loyalists who want to be told what they want to hear. And that's fantastic. You see this loyalists brought themselves. Obi did not look for loyalists. Loyalists brought themselves together and say, Obi, you are going to do this work for us. Oh yeah, we'll do all we can. So the tacticians and the strategists, let them also bring themselves together, put themselves together and say, oh yeah, Obi, this is what we want you to do. From the loyalist angle, this is what we've decided. For the loyalist organization, this is what we decided, and do it. So why are you beefing people who they just saw something and they came in and they were doing it? Do it. And at the end of the day, you know the beautiful thing, we will all have the same goals and we will all achieve it. So can tacticians and loyalists bring themselves together, come together and we need everybody on board. I'm going to tell you that everybody is needed on board to make for us to get to that goal that we're looking for. As long as that goal is getting that great Nigeria that we all want to see, and it's actually possible. It's possible. He said, I'm not writing to placate your obedience or make you feel comfortable. I'm showing you the blind spot. You are too drunk on the sauce to see. Fans rarely see blind spot. Fantastic, like I said earlier. Come on board, be on it, organize yourself, and give the go ahead. I mean, the believers, Peter Obi didn't look for them. They look for themselves and they say to Peter Obi, we are supporting you and you have to go. So why don't you also do this? Let that strategy also start from there. Unify yourselves, put yourself together and also do it. Except if you live in a different Nigeria from the one where all of us are victims, waiting to happen. He said, first we tell Obi, you're doing great, sir. Strategy, what is our counter structure in APC control states? I mean, one of the things that obedience have done, they drag Peter Obi like a small general. They don't always say, yeah, the West, they tell him hard, cold facts. They go on there, but hey, maybe it's not being done enough, and let this all come. So let me quickly read and fix. First, we celebrate crowd size. Strategists, we are who controls coalition centers. First, we shout, we have the youth. Strategists, we ask who controls rural turnout. Because elections are not won because you feel strongly about a candidate. To be won against the forces you have to battle against. They are won in wars, local governments, area coalition rules, security briefings, and backroom agreements. If Obi does not transition from movement-driven energy to strategy-driven execution, he will remain a symbol, not a precedent. History is full of popular men who mistook applause for architecture. A strategist exists to prevent exactly that, because passion can start a fire, but only structure can keep it burning. Feel the Inferno by Chioma Amarilis. Aha go-to strategies is fantastic. I mean, so like I said earlier, can the strategists, the tacticians all come together? Because this is about our battle. This is about us fighting for Nigeria. Except if people say, okay, let's just leave it and see whatever it is that is going to happen. Then we all wait and see. I mean, Nigeria has the capacity. For me, the thing I love about Nigeria is that Nigeria has the capacity to deal with every one of us. All of us are victims waiting to happen. You think you've escaped it, you will see it. It's happening to you or to your children, or one way or the other. It's either terrorists, it's either healthcare issue, it's either accident on the road, it's either hunger, it's either one thing or the other. It's there. So this time is here. The believers, the online noisemakers, and all of that have been able to put themselves together and give the little of what they have to Mr. Peter Obi. I'm calling on the strategists, the tacticians, and all of them to also bring themselves together and go on and also give to Peter Obi what is needed. Of course, at all we need, because what we need is the best candidate to be able to enter inside there and make Nigeria a better country for every one of us is what really goes on to say. And I'm just going to add this video. I'm thinking should I do this video? I think what will happen, just watch this video. I will do it in another video. After you've watched up to here, you need to take a break. Just relax. I will do the other video. For me, that video also shows where this whole denigrating that Peter Obi he came in last, he's thinking that he has to be president, that Peter Obi has never said that. He has been on the streets, he's working every day, he's meeting with people, and I see a lot of people who say they know how to do. If you know how to do it, why are you not where the Peter Obi is now? Let's add what he's doing, add your strategy, get in there. It's one thing for you to sit in one place and be telling him, in short, me where they here can be president. You can be president. All of us writing this strategy, we can be president. Why have we not gotten ourselves to this place and getting this? Since we know how to do it. You get? Thank you so much for watching.